Assalamu alaikum. Today I will be presenting my capstone dissertation on the topic of assessment of the effectiveness of single-use plastic regulation 2023 in developing plastic-free market in Multan. This study was carried out as a part of climate leadership development internship program run by the Environmental Protection and Climate Change Department, Government of Pakistan. So let's get started. Contents. Here is a quick look at what I will cover today. First, some background on plastic pollution globally in Pakistan and especially that in Multan that I cover. Second, the rules themselves with SUPR 2023 actually says. And third, how I carried out my research. Fourth, and what I actually found out in the field. And finally, about my recommendation and conclusion. Abstract. The key highlight that I notice here is Pakistan actually produce about 3.3 million tons of plastic waste every year. The law says any plastic bag must be at least of 75 micron thick. Anything that is thinner than 75 micron is illegal overall in Pakistan. And in Multan alone, in just last 4 months of this year, over 17,989 kilograms of illegal plastic bags were seized, more than any other district in Punjab. My study looked at how well shops and vendors in Multan are actually following these rules by physically testing bags and visiting market and talking to vendor myself. The key number to remember here is 3.3 million tons of plastic waste developed in Pakistan every year. We should use 75 microns of thickness bag that are legal in Pakistan and 17,989 kilogram of plastic bags are seized in Multan. Next about the some plastic pollution background. Before we talk about Multan specially, let's understand why this matter at all. Plastic pollution is one of the bigger environmental problems in the world today. A single plastic bag can take over 400 years to fully break down. Instead of disappearing, it breaks into tiny pieces called microplastic, which pollute our soil, our water, and even end up in our foods that we eat. Globally, millions of tons of plastic enter the ocean every single year. Here, how this looks especially in Pakistan. We produce about 3.3 million tons of plastic waste, as I discussed above, and shockingly, around 90% of it never properly collected or managed. Plastic bags block our drains. That is the biggest reason why our cities flood so badly during monsoon season. Because of this, government has chosen 5 major cities, including Multan, to lead the country plastic-free push. Okay, Multan is one of the biggest commercial cities in southern Punjab. So naturally, it produces a lot of plastic waste from its market. This waste often end up in our drains and affect farmlands downstream. The important number here is in just the first 4 months of 2026, Multan topped every other district in Punjab for plastic seizures. And almost around like 18,000 of kilogram of plastic are confiscated. This shows how big the problem is here and how seriously enforcement is now being taken. Next is our problem statement. Multan is one. Here is the core problem that I am addressing today. Even though the law of single-use plastic regulation 2023 clearly bans plastic bands thinner than 75 microns, these illegal thin bands are still being sold, made, and used every day across the Multan market. My research is about the topic, why it is still happening, and what can we realistically be done about it. Research objective. I set 4 goals for this research. 1. Check how well shopkeepers and vendors are actually following the rules. Second, observe how many factories are being inspected and enforced. Third, look how well the plastic free zone campaign is working. And fourth, figure out what actually stopping people from complying so I can recommend some real and practical improvements. Single use plastic regulation 2023. Now here in this slide I explain that single use plastic regulation of 2023, it has 3 main rules. First, any plastic bag must be at least of 75 microns. Second, it is illegal to manufacture or sell or use any plastic bag that is thinner than 75 microns. Third, the Environment Protection Agency has full legal authority to inspect shops and factories, measure the bags on the spot, and seize all the illegal stock and issue violation notice. Recent regulatory development in 2026. In this slide, I am talking about that between January and April in 2026, EPA Punjab carried out 3,612 inspection and confiscated 9,37,000 kilograms of illegal plastic bag in province wide. 26 businesses were sealed for breaking the rules and fines go up to 50,000 per violation. There are also brand new rules that are starting from 6 September 2026 that shops across Punjab will not be allowed to charge customer for plastic bag at all. They can only charge for reusable non-plastic bags. This shows that the enforcement is getting stricter and Multan is right at the center of it. Now research methodology. In here I actually carried out this research. I used mixed method approach. I physically measured bag thickness using digital micron gauge like the one shown in this photo where our EPA inspector are demonstrating the tool. I also observed and spoke directly with the vendors and documented every single visit with geotag photo, so every finding you will see is backed by a real time-stamped evidence. Now, next, the study area and fieldwork. My fieldwork covered 5 key areas across Multan, like Mohalla Kaisarabad on Amejina Road, Gulgasht Colony, Multan Town, Mohalla Gaziranwala, and a factory on a new central jail road. I also visited some other places, but these are the main key areas of my study. This photo shows one of the market inspection at Mohalla Kaisarabad where the team checked vendor compliance directly at the point of sale. My key finding. So what is I actually find? In short, compliance is patchy. Some vendors follow the rule, many don't. The EPA is clearly active. They are carrying out inspection, factories raid, and awareness campaign. But despite all the effort, non-compliant bags are still circulated in the market. This tells us informants alone isn't enough. There are deeper supply chain issues that also need some fixing. Polythene thickness measurement. The concrete example straight from the field using digital micron gauge. We tested a bag from Mohalla Gaziranwala. It measured around like 0.37 millimeter. That is around 37 micron. I already said that 75 micron is the legal thickness of the bag. So here is the illegal bags are circulating all around the market in Multan too. Factory level enforcement. This photo is from a factory raid on New Central Jail Road. The team found a large quantities of illegal non-compliant plastic stock ready to be sent to the shops. This confirms that despite the ban, some factories are still manufacturing illegal bags, which is exactly why EPA Punjab has shifted its focus toward tracking down suppliers and not punishing individual shopkeepers. Plastic Free Zone campaign. On a more positive note, this slide shows the Plastic Free Zone campaign in action. The EPA ran vendor pledges campaign, put up official signage, and encouraged shop owners to voluntarily switch to plastic free practice. This photo show a vendor at a Gulgust colony actually signing the pledge form in front of our team and in front of me too. Vendor awareness and barriers. I also spoke directly to the vendors to understand their side of stories too. Most of them knew that plastic ban existed in general, but very few actually knew the specific rule about 75 micron plastic bag. The main reason they gave us for not switching were the cost of the cost is the main issue, and since compliant bags are more expensive here, so the plastic bags are easily available for them, or they are using it because they are used to of it. This photo show our team briefing a vendor at Kasuri Chowk. Now here are these sustainable alternative and recommendation from my side. Based on everything I found, here are my recommendation. On alternative, some shops are already using paper bag or thicker compliant plastic bags, and that are encouraging to see. My four recommendations are: we have to strengthen our factory level inspection, expand the plastic free zone to more commercial area, and third, make alternative material easier and cheaper to access for common people, and fourth, build a digital and geotag system so enforcement can be tracked properly over time. Conclusion. To conclude about the single use plastic regulation 2023 is a genuinely important step forward, but on its own it isn't enough. We still need stronger control over the supply chain, better public awareness, and more affordable alternatives. If we want to truly make Multan market plastic free zone, I would like you to remember three numbers from today. First, 17,989 kg of plastic seized in Multan alone this year. From September 2026, a ban on charging for plastic bag is going to happen. And fifth and third, 5 zones are surveys across the city. Thank you. I am the trainee from EPA department. Thanks for a lot of your time. This research was carried out as a part of the climate leadership development internship program with the environmental protection and climate change department, government of Punjab. I am happy for my internship time here.